I found out a while ago that my job was probably not going to last much longer. About a year ago, maybe more than a year ago, our job was going to be phased out. They were going more of a contractor model. It was a workforce. Now the company decided that before 2027, they were going to go to more of a contractor model where they will contract the deliveries out to, so sort of like Amazon does, right? So they were going to get rid of the workforce and layoffs and all that. So that's when I started this channel. And at first I was going to do Reddit stories, and then I decided I seen other YouTubers just coming out and talking in their trucks or whatever, doing DoorDash, whatever it was, and it was working. So I started doing that. And then I wanted to get into faith-based videos, which I really love. And I still will probably do faith-based videos. And it was more about motivating myself as I'm trying to motivate others, because, you know, life is hard, right? It's not easy to get through life, especially when you don't know what your future holds, what's going to be, you know, happening, especially when it's job related. You know, I've been doing this job for 27 years, and it's pretty much all I know. Before that, I did like telemarketing, calling for daily news, and still remember the telemarketer. They were like, "Hello, I'm Danny from the Daily News. We're having an offer. It's $1.99 a week for 13 weeks. Try it out." I was pretty good at that, actually, but nothing I wanted to do for a long time. But one time, my good friend, his uncle worked for this job, and he told him, "Hey, there's a test. Go apply for the test. Take the test." And he was going, so he was like, "Hey, Danny, come along. Let's go take the test together and see if we can get the job." So I had nothing. I was just doing the telemarketing. Wasn't making much. I think the telemarketing I was making like $5 or $6 an hour. Oh no, now I remember, $4.75 an hour, or $5.25. No, $5.25 an hour. That's what I was making back then. I don't remember. It was either $4.75 or $5.25. I don't know why both of them are sticking, but that's what I was making an hour then. You know, this is 27 years ago, right? So I was like, yeah, I'll go take the test with you. We'll go down, try it out. So I went down, we took the test, we both got the job, and it was my first real job. Like before that, like telemarketing, I didn't really consider a real job. And I remember they started at $12.73 an hour, starting out, which wasn't bad. It was more than double what I was making at my current job. So I was like, yeah, I'm jumping on this. And it was Tuesday through Saturday, and I was happy about doing it. And I just kept doing it. It became my career, basically. For 27 years I've been doing it. 27 years and no accidents. So imagine 27 years of driving through snow, sleet, rain, everything you can imagine, and not having an accident. I thank God for that every day too. But this hit hard recently, because I always picture myself making it through, being, you know, 40 something years on the job, and then finally walking out your last day, retiring, and, you know, feeling accomplished that you did something really long. And nobody wants to get kicked out of their job or lose their job. You want to, you know, if you make a career out of something, you want to stay somewhere, you want to finish that job out and walk out on your own, hopefully healthy and all that good stuff. But unfortunately, it's not going to be the case. We don't know exactly when it's going to happen. Could happen any day. You know, I'm always picturing it. Every time I come to work, I never know if, like, oh, next week or tomorrow or next year, next week or next month or a couple of weeks, we're going to have a station meeting about it, right? But you never know. I don't know how fast it happens. It could happen. I'm figuring sometime after this peak, it might happen. Peak is Christmas time when we do the deliveries. That's basically when I think it might happen. I don't know. But I've been trying to do different things on the side to hopefully especially YouTube. You know, this has been something I've been working on for over a year and saying, you know what, maybe this is what I'll do next. Maybe this will be my next venture and I could do this for 27 years, right? That'd be great. But I don't know. Hasn't really worked out like I thought. I got monetized like a couple months ago. I think it was August. July or August, I finally got monetized on this channel. And I'm grateful, but I haven't hit the $100 threshold to actually recoup any money yet. So that kind of stinks, but you know what? It's fun. It's a process. Sometimes you get a little deflated when you see like nobody's watching your videos. You know, you put out videos. It was going good for a while. You know, some people good is like 1,000 views. Me, it was good. I was getting over 100 views a video, and then all of a sudden it just tanked back to 20, 30 views, and I was like disappointed. Another idea we were going to, me and my wife were thinking about was cookies. See, my great-grandmother and my mom had this recipe of cookies, and we loved them. Every year during Christmas, they'd make them and send them down. Unfortunately, my great-grandma passed a couple years back, and they stopped making them. I think my mom did it one more time because, you know, it's hard to make by yourself. And believe me, I understand it because me and my wife did it, and you need 2 people to make these cookies. It's really good, though. So that's another thing that we were thinking about doing. If this ever, not if, but when this happens, that's something else I have to think about. But and finding another job. Now, obviously finding another job making what I make now is not going to happen overnight. You know, what sucks is like when you put 27 years into something, you know when you go somewhere else, if I get another job, like I'm almost 50, so going to another job is going to be hard. Even though they say they don't use age when you have somebody that's older. And, you know, obviously that has to, you know, hamper you a little bit. You know, because they want younger people. They can get younger people. Why would they want somebody who's older instead of younger, right? So it's just, if I was doing it, I would probably do the same thing. You know, it's just how it is. It's life. But, yeah, I'm definitely not going to be making what I'm making now. So it's like starting at the bottom, and then your vacations, you know, right now I'm at the top of the list, almost at the top of the list. And now you got to start at the bottom somewhere else, and you got to do all the bottom stuff. You got to go through the whole thing again, right? And it is what it is. But yeah, it's just crazy how life works sometimes. You know, you think things will go one way, and then things go another way. But you know what? God has plans for things, and you never know what the reason is. Maybe the cookie business, maybe this YouTube channel. I'm hoping that's the case. One of these two really takes off and becomes the thing that will help it. But it just sucks. It really does suck. So a lot of the videos that I'm doing, it's not only to motivate other people, it's been motivating myself as well, and bringing me back to faith and making sure that I'm staying locked in. And sometimes I like I said, I get deflated myself, and I'm like, wow, what do I got to do to get myself up every day? You know, you wake up every day and you put on the uniform and you get out there and you drive, deliver packages. You do what you've been doing for so many years. It becomes like repetitive. It becomes like something that you just don't even have to think about. You just do it. It's like natural. And sometimes maybe you do need change in life. If there was no change, I would not change. I would be just continuing doing the same thing. And what I love about my job, though, is that it's outdoors. And I'm not stuck in an office. I'm not stuck with somebody over my back all the time, you know, make sure I'm doing this, that, whatever. You're on your own. You're out here. You know, yeah, when you're in the station, this is what you got to do, and you got to make these goals, and you got to make, you know, different things. But once you're on the road, you just do your thing. As long as you're responsible for your work and you take care of your job, you know, that's it. You just got to keep doing that. But those people that are going through the same thing, I understand what you're going through. I understand your pain. I understand the frustration. I understand the not knowing what's happening next, right? That's the hardest part. I don't even know, you know, if it's harder to just walk in one day, boom, and you got laid off, or if you know about that it's going to happen, you know, in a said future. You don't know what day it's going to happen, but you know it's going to happen. I guess my way is a little better because you have preparation time. You have time to prepare and think about things and try to figure something out and plan ahead. I haven't really been planning ahead for another job. I've been doing YouTube. And like I said, I'm thinking about the cookie business. That's something that we could do. But I haven't really been preparing for like another job. And I know I should. But at the same time, you can't leave this job until it happens, because you get a severance package. Obviously, they're going to offer a severance package. So I would have to stay till the last day of that to get that. So I can't, it's not like I can look for another job and then, you know, leave. You're not gonna, I don't want to leave without getting that. You don't know how long it's going to last, and you want to make sure you get your severance package before you leave. So I think I would have to wait for that moment. They'll probably give you 90 days or whatever it is. And then you get a severance package, and that's when I would have to really lock in. You know, when they tell me 90 days, lock in to look for something else. Well, like I said, I'm hoping and praying that this YouTube takes off. You know, that would be a blessing. That really would be a blessing. I think I would do both. I would think I would do this YouTube if it took off. Please, God, I'm praying. If this YouTube channel took off and the cookies, that would be like the ultimate, you know, because I would love to do the cookies, selling them, making them, talking to you guys, doing a YouTube channel at the same time. I think that would be the ultimate goal. If I had to leave this job, doing this for 27 years, I think those two together would be the other best thing. And I think maybe that's what God has planned. Maybe God is saying, you know what, it's time. And if this didn't happen to you, you wouldn't move on to that next step. And maybe the next step is something better than this. Maybe YouTube is going to be better than this. Maybe the cookie business and YouTube combined is going to be better for this. Not only for myself, but for my family. You know, I got 2 kids. I have a beautiful wife. We have a house. We're struggling just like most people. It's not like we're doing great. We're struggling as it is too, just like everybody else. But maybe that's what I needed. Maybe I needed this push to get me to do that. So if you want to help and support, please subscribe to the channel, like the video, comment below, comment your thoughts. Do you think I have a chance with YouTube and the cookie business or not? I don't know. But also give me ideas. Give me things that you think I should do that could help me along the way. And thank you so much for watching and supporting the channel. I appreciate every one of you that watched this video. Thank you so much. God bless.